All right, and we are live. It is Friday Night Fate, and we are here with the Dresden Files RPG by Evil Hat Productions. I am the GM for the evening, and I am Adam Pearson. You can find me on Twitter at Adam_J_Pearson. And I have the honor of DMing for the loveliest group of people who always push the red button, and I couldn't ask for more, honestly. So why don't we go ahead and introduce our fine people. We'll start with Nick.
Hello, I am Nick. I use he, him pronouns. I am playing Percy, everyone's favorite terrible PI who makes a bunch of mistakes and also talks to ghosts sometimes, who also uses he, him pronouns.
Excellent. Yes, all of that is correct. We will move up to Selena.
Hi, I'm Selena. I play Nikki, our resident disaster werewolf, who sometimes investigates things and hunts things, and got injured last week, which was interesting. And I'm hunting down a freaking dragon, I guess. What the hell have you gotten me into, guys? You can find me at ABCDFAR on Twitter, and that's me.
Excellent. All right. Let's move up to CJ.
Hello, everyone. I'm CJ Hunter. I'm playing Cole Trickle, our local Fey adjacent person. Cole's pronouns and mine are both he, him, and I'm not responsible for this dragon business. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't touch anything out of that hoard. I don't know what you mean.
Not yet, anyways.
Continuing, give me a chance.
Yeah, continuing this strange semi-counterclockwise maneuver. Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach. I can be found at Sir Gorals on Twitter. I and Andy, my disaster dad wizard, I'm playing both use he, him pronouns. And despite what the mothers said, this dragon business is not my fault either. I'm just here at the right place at the wrong time.
Indeed, at the wrong time. Moving on down to Natalie.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I use she, they pronouns. I am playing Kasara, who uses she, her pronouns, who is the definitely not a normal human, definitely a white court vampire. Whoops. Still also disaster. Still on brand in that respect. Definitely someone who wants to flirt with danger as much as humanly possible and press all the buttons. Pretty great. I'm really excited, guys.
So excited. Last but certainly not least, our resident tech wizard and real wizard, and also playing a wizard, Danielle.
Wizards all the way down. Hi, everybody. I'm Danielle, and both I and my character use she, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at RyRacontour. And I will be completing the disaster sex fecta? I don't know if that's a word. Anyway, I am playing Harmony, who is a disaster wizard. Yeah.
Apparently, the captioner does not think sextet is a good word.
So, our whole party is here this evening, which is fantastic. Two of our members had to miss last week, which was unfortunate because some pretty big lore bombs got just lobbed all over the place and exploded on everyone. And so the rest of the party, including Cole, Nikki, Percy, and Andy, are currently resting and relaxing and freaking out, probably in the Never Never, in the company of a druid by the name of Siobhan. They were told that the lighthouses that they've been being pushed towards investigating might be, somehow connected to the lost city of Atlantis, which may or may not contain dragons and some other court of fae that no one knows exists. Except for now these four people and maybe some other druids, ? There's a lot of unanswered questions. And so instead of answering any of those questions in good typical DM fashion, we are going to start with a completely different group of people tonight. We are going to jump to why Kasara and Harmony were not around when these fine folks decided to go investigate the Portland Observatory. And as I warned Natalie before we went live, we're going to start in the office that that Kasara runs.
Yeah.
She is a therapist, so she has an office, she has a day job, and as I discussed before we went live, you get one of these.
Yes, I do.
Because
Wonderful.
because knocking on the door, not waiting for an answer, and coming directly in is one Annabelle Malvora. You gave your card to
I
the
did.
last time
Hold
you
it.
met her.
Yeah.
So we begin tonight with you looking up probably from your desk as someone just walks into your office.
Which is a little unusual. Normally I go out to the hallway and grab them because that's their waiting space. But no, okay.
And as you kind of can look out through the door, you see that I'm assuming you maybe have some kind of secretary or some
Yeah.
kind of like administrative assistant that basically like lets people sign in and handles the waiting room. They are kind of dazed slightly and not really paying attention, and they seemingly have been some kind of whammied, probably, you get the sense.
Probably.
And this Malvora comes in and closes the door and says, so you gave me your card, and here I am.
Oh, that was sooner than I expected. How are you?
Perfectly fine. So, and she just like sits down in a chair, maybe even the chair that you might normally use to like talk to your. I don't know how
Yeah.
how does Kasara normally set up her space?
So how she has her office is, so there's a desk that's in the corner and she's got an office chair that's there. And that's where she was working prior to Annabelle coming in, was she's got her laptop up. She was typing away notes, getting ready, booking other appointments. And so there's two chairs and kind of a desk. They're cozier, they're comfier. They're meant for more of the talking. And one of them is, I would say, it looks a little bit more lived in, a little bit more satin. And it's definitely Kasara's, because whenever she's not at the desk, she would probably go and sit in that chair and she'll read or do whatever. And it's definitely got a couple extra pillows that she's put there for herself. She doesn't necessarily have extra pillows on the client chair. So she's probably gone into specifically Kasara's chair. And
Yes, 100% she went into your chair and she dragged it towards the desk out of its normal location to kind of like sit across from the desk from you. And just little needly, like, of course.
Oh, we've already started.
We
Total
have
power
already
move.
started.
Yeah, that's what she's trying to do.
And she kind of sits in the chair and leans back in it and crosses her legs and just gives you this very winning, but also very mischievous smile of like, what are you going to do?
And Kasara's just going to smile politely. She's had some interesting clients, not necessarily doing this, but she's like, okay, I see what you're trying to do. I see your behavior. Let's see where this goes. So what brings you in today, Annabelle?
Well, I know what the freak was. Wizards, all of them. I don't know what you are, and I hate mysteries.
Really?
Really.
Huh.
So, what are you?
That's an awfully forward question to ask for our first session. Normally, I'm supposed to be the one asking you questions, actually.
Well, does that make you upset?
No.
And, Kasara,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a discipline defense roll.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm not
Oh,
great at that.
shit.
Okay, I got 2 in there. Oh. I haven't rolled these in a while, guys. That's just gonna be a 1.
Okay. So,
You have a fate point.
you do have
Oh, I
fate
got.
points.
Yeah.
I
know.
just gave you a fate point, so
You
you
did.
definitely have
You
fate
very much did. What is she like? How is she? I'm trying to decide if I want to evoke an aspect here to probably.
So, because Kasara is new at being a vampire.
Well,
I
she's been a
don't-
vampire. She just doesn't know what it's like to be with her other ones.
Yeah, but you're a like as far as being a vampire, yes, you've been a vampire your whole life. But
What?
Annabelle might be 200 years old, and she might
Yeah.
be really good at being a vampire. Like, so you don't have, I think, enough experience to draw from. Like, you're
Mhm.
very curious about what vampires can do, but I
Yeah.
don't think Kasara knows
What she's
enough
doing
about
right now?
vampires to know what the heck's happening.
Then I'm not actually going to use anything. Kasara will probably. She thinks she's got the upper hand in this case. Kasara's
Cool.
danger.
Cool.
Yeah. So if that's it's a 1, if that fails, then let
Yep.
it happen.
That fails. So that's it's a 3 intimidation attack
Okay.
as a social maneuver.
Okay.
So it is essentially it beats your thing by 2. So
2
you
shifts, yeah.
take 2 social damage.
Okay.
And you start to feel angry. Like that anger bubbles up inside of you, almost as if summoned by Annabelle.
Mm.
And since you are a vampire and you have some experience with this, you get the sense that, like, you can maybe incite lust in someone.
Yeah.
Annabelle
She seems to be able to do that.
is able to incite anger.
Mm.
And you get this, and then you see, as you're like watching this happen, kind of almost maybe an out-of-body experience for a second. You watch her kind of like as if she'd just taken a very nice meal or a very succulent bite of a delicious steak or meal that was very delicious to her, and you are maybe a little wary now.
Yeah. I've never seen this happen before. Like, this is like, even when Kasara's fed, she's not totally conscious of what that would even look like from a flip side of things. So this is so new to her, and she's kind of, yeah.
The other thing you note, because it just happened to you, is you usually have to touch someone to do this.
She didn't.
Annabelle was not touching you.
No. But I get the feeling that she definitely fed from me, so I get that.
Yeah, you definitely get the sense that she incited an emotion and then was able to feed on it.
Yeah. Is that the reason why you came for an appointment? I mean, you didn't actually book one, but...
I go where I want.
You do, don't you?
Yes. Yes, I do. So, we were talking about you. What are you?
You know what? You know what's fun? Guessing games. What do you think I am? I mean, I'm new. Well, not really. I've been, a therapist for a little while now, but what do you think I am? Some poor vanilla mortal who's gotten stuck into this whole thing?
No, you're not immortal. I can smell immortal. You're something else.
What do I smell like then?
She like gets on the desk and leans in really close.
Good.
And you see her like a cousin. I didn't know we had any wraiths in town.
What, pray tell?
Uh-oh.
Interesting. Is he really making a play in Portland after that showdown in the deeps?
Oh, no.
That would be so foolish of him.
Oh,
What on
God.
earth are you talking about?
Oh, don't play coy with me. That's not polite. I need you to make another disciplined defense roll.
This time I have an idea of what she's trying to do to me.
Yes, you do.
Just fine. 3.
Anything else? So you are allowed to know what's happening. You are having a 5 intimidation attack come at you.
Yeah, I'm going to I'm probably going to invoke one of my aspects in this case and use a fate point on this.
Okay, so
Right,
that'll
yeah.
get you to even,
Yes.
but that means she's still winning because she initiated the attack. So
She
you have to either spend another invoke.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because she's gonna... I think with this, Kasara's trying to touch in a little bit more with her human nature and kind of mortal kinship is what I'm kind of trying to use with this one.
Okay.
But yeah, to kind of... she's going to... Yeah, I think I'm going to actually use another fate point. I'm just going to...
Okay. So you're touching another aspect to give you, that would be 7. So you
Yes.
have successfully fended off this inflicting of psychic, essentially a social attack.
Yeah.
And she kind of snaps back. Yes, that's what I thought. So what's a wraith doing in Portland?
What do you think? You seem to know the answers, don't you?
I know some answers. I know a lot, actually. Let's be honest. But
So
I don't
what
know
do you
that.
know? Oh, you don't know this one.
Oh no.
Oh.
What would your guess be?
I normally would have said a power play, but given what happened in the deeps lately, I think something else. But see, the thing is, I've met all of the wraiths before, and I've never met you.
Well, clearly, you didn't meet all of them then.
No, you're something special. I like special.
Is that so?
Yes. Because special means you don't have any allegiance to that would-be prick.
Which one are you talking about? I know many.
The White King. You see, he wants peace. And peace is boring. Peace is lame, dull, not exciting at all. No one's angry during peace. I want war. And I'm gonna get my war.
What war are you trying for?
Oh, that would be telling. And see, we're talking about you today. And if you're going to be helping me or be my next dinner appointment.
I mean, you really should ask a girl out first if you're going to talk about dinner like that.
This is my invitation. I don't need an answer now, but soon. Think about it. I'm going to win. And I like your spunk. For now.
Right. Well, how do I get in contact with you? Or are you just going to make an appointment again?
Oh, I'll find you when I need my answer. Don't worry. You can't get far. Have a nice day.
Oh
And
God.
kind of pushes away from the desk and just walks out the door.
I take a moment, lean back in my chair, and then I go up to the receptionist. Sam, if that woman ever comes back, I am not here.
Huh? Oh.
Oh, God, no, of
Someone was
course.
here?
Yeah, okay. Nope, never mind.
Oh.
You should probably go home, dear.
And you look down and they've decked one of your patients.
Well,
And, like, they're just passed out and Sam's like, I don't, what's happening? They seem to be very, very just like not with it at all. And
yes.
you still feel a little bit of that, like it's starting to
Yep.
subside now, but that bubbly, like it was almost borderline rage that was about to
Yeah.
come out of you, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, oh yeah, this mortal was probably like bloop, and then just deck somebody.
Oh, probably, yeah. She's picking up, she's like, and she's still, feeling a little bit of that tension, that anger, even within her at this point. Just so she's trying not to also just outright fire her assistant at this point. Right.
Yeah, there's definitely no job listing in the classifieds that can resist vampire attacks, please.
Yeah, that's a hard one to hire for, let me tell you.
So
Right.
you are able to, after some moments, and perhaps a little bit unethically, calm the patient that got decked and calm
Yes.
Sam and just kind of like.
Probably, yeah, it's some touching, some like holding, some, yeah, not maybe the most ethical, but just.
Yes. So as we zip away from there, slightly a little bit later that day, so totally able to join Harmony if Kasara wants to. Harmony,
Yes.
you also get one of these. Oh,
Uh-oh.
I think Selena's just
We
died.
lost Selena, her
Lost
internet died.
Selena.
Yeah, her internet died. Okay.
Here she comes.
And now comes the giant juggle.
Yep.
Maybe. Yep. Partial juggle. Partial juggle? Partial juggle.
Partial juggle.
Always fun. So I will narrate while you are juggling.
Thank you.
During this time, and in fact, as the last episode Harmony was in, you were talking about researching the Tablet of Kerr.
I was.
And so my fate point for you is triggering and compelling the Guardian of the Tablet of Kerr because something or someone has come looking for the tablet.
That sounds totally fine.
It would be a real shame if someone were to come looking for it, and then that's your fate point.
Oh, God.
So, because this is a little bit later that day, I would allow, if Kasara went looking for, like, who do I confess all of these problems to? I need help. You can't get in contact with anybody, and so you know where to find Harmony.
Yeah, that probably would have been it. It probably would have, yeah, nobody else is getting back at this point. And she's like, okay, I think I need a wizard. Okay, let's go to Harmony.
Yeah, and Harmony's just back in the duplex.
Yeah.
With just books everywhere. Like when you walk in, there's just stacks of books.
Perfect. That's definitely what I walk into.
So unfortunately, as part of this compel, I'm going to say you're not in the duplex.
Oh.
Okay.
You had to go to the university's lab to get some notes and things, so that's where the scene was.
Okay. I mean, it's still the same basic principle at the end of the day. I mean, her office is going to be filled with books as well.
Yep. Nope, that's fine. But for the
No threshold, though.
For the
That
purposes
is
of not having a threshold. Correct, Andy. Correct.
Oh,
Somewhere in the Never Never, his forehead's just bump, 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 bump.
Actually, so then probably Kasara went to the house, went to the duplex, realized nobody's home, and then I think hopefully would have known where Harmony's, or they would work, and so has gone to there and be like, I need to find somebody. She's just running around town now trying to find someone.
Yeah. So about the time that you walk in on her office, Harmony, what have you been doing as you've been looking into the tablet? Because you sussed out a little bit of information last time. So what would have some things Harmony would have been interested in finding out?
So last time I found out, I did find out who brought the tablet in or who sent it for translation.
Yes.
So I've probably been spending some time trying to figure out more about its provenance. So where was it recovered? Was there anything recovered at the same time from the same site? And then maybe also trying to cross-reference it as much as I can to see if there's anything similar that has popped up in a record somewhere that could give me more information. Also trying to figure out because I know from the tablet that there's this like fire creature, maybe a phoenix, we're not really sure.
Maybe a dragon. You never know.
And trying to figure out what that is and if I can find any additional information on that.
So I'm pulling up okay. So you know that this tablet came from the Tigris and Euphrates river valleys. Somewhere in what is, I think, modern day. Nope, that's not the right map. Look at the wrong map. Modern day. Dramatic pause. I'm sure web
Iraq,
captures.
probably.
Yes, except that it was likely found on the border of Iraq and Kuwait. I wasn't sure if it was Iraq or Iran or Iraq or Kuwait. It's near the mouths of these two rivers is where the tablet was found. However, work you have done suggests that it was actually located, because it refers to the heart of the Akkadian Empire, further up in Iraq, probably maybe closer to Baghdad-y area, or somewhere up there. Maybe not necessarily in Baghdad, but up further in the river valley, and it has multiple references to the Akkadi Empire. And so you're kind of inspecting this, and you're also doing a little bit of not just providence on the tablet, but you understood and you found out that the Sargon Corporation is the corporation that helped to fund to bring the tablet out of that area and to your lab for translation and study. It was a grant given to the university, but you eventually were able to backtrack and figure out that that's the corporation that helped fund this. And so you did a little bit of a deep dive on the Sargon Corporation as well, and you discovered that they are, as we discussed, a non-governmental organization that is essentially a aid structured kind of helps in resettlements, helps things like Habitat for Humanity style reconstruction, but not actually Habitat for Humanity. And there are a lot of corporate donors that funnel money into Sargon Corporation, but Sargon Corporation is also its own entity, and it's not just like a haven of corporate money that's being funneled in here. So it does a little bit of both. And they go to disaster areas, Civil War torn areas. They put up shelters. They house people. They help run refugee camps and things like that to essentially be a kind of privatized, non-for-profit UN relief camps, kind of almost. So instead of the UN doing it, the Sargon Corporation has gotten really good at setting up these camps. And you've actually been able, because you've had enough time, to put together that pieces of the Red Vampire or the Red Court Vampire and Wizard War have also had like casualties of war, and the Sargon Corporation has also set up camps near some of the big battles that inflicted heavy casualties into the civilian population to so help care for the civilians. And whether or not that is coincidence or whether or not it's a war, so that's where they go to wars, you can't really tell. But you've been able to suss all that out. Okay. And as you're kind of like thinking about the tablet, and you're getting it's hard to translate because no one speaks ancient Sumerian, and it's a really hard language to translate because it doesn't have any modern day derivatives. And so even with your translation matrix, there's not a lot for it to grab onto, because you have to have some kind of Sumerian gods without borders. Yes. And you are getting a little bit further along, and you realize that it speaks of a ritual that talks about life after life and prolonging one's life after life, and something to that effect.
Does this sound suspiciously like vampirism?
You're not sure. It doesn't make mention of feeding or anything like that, which you know is really, really the crux of vampires. Despite Cass she doesn't need to feed on blood, but she still needs to feed on lust in order to heal herself and to keep her demon at bay. This tablet does not, as of yet, mention anything about feeding dependency.
Okay.
So maybe it's some kind of super vampirism or super undeadness. We don't really know.
Okay, but there's no like fine details on the ritual. It's just sort of mentioned.
Not yet. You're still like pulling detail off of this tablet. It's almost like the cuneiform. Many of the watchers might not know this, but you have the black cube. It's like you got the black cube, and now you're starting to open it and look under things and look in books, and you're like decoding it. It's like It's got levels of like secrets on secrets on secrets, and so as you translate part of this cuneiform tablet, you realize, oh shit! If I turn it this way, it also has writing as if you would read it normally. Like the cuneiform is like on top of cuneiform,
Gotcha.
And so yeah, you keep finding layers,
multiple layers of translation.
Yes, and that's also what's bunging up your translation matrix spell, because this is like it's almost like it's a cipher, and your matrix doesn't do ciphers. It does language, but ciphers are something else, and so it's having a hard time. And you're probably working on trying to tweak it so that it can do better.
Yeah, making adjustments on the fly.
Exactly. So it's about this point where you're like, Kasara, you walk in.
Oh, God. Harmony.
Oh, hey, Kasara. Sorry. I'm sorry about the mess.
No. I just assume you're just constantly surrounded by books at this point.
It's not inaccurate. Hang on, and I'll shift some books off of like a stool or a bench to make room at my desk.
Yeah. She'll kind of go up. I might have a problem.
Just look up from the tablet. What kind of problem?
I mean, what was it that she said? Do the deeps mean anything to you?
I'm guessing no, Adam, but I'm double checking. Does the deeps mean anything to me?
No.
Okay.
I mean, not to Harmony.
Yeah, that's what I meant. To Harmony specifically. No, Kasara, I have no idea what that is. I mean, like an ocean?
No, I'm thinking it might. I don't actually know. I'm thinking it's an event of some sort. So guess who just came into my office?
Oh, I really don't want to guess. Not another dead person, is it?
A Malvora vampire.
That's not better.
No.
Why do you have a Malvora vampire in your office?
Oh, she let herself in and may or may not have completely messed with my assistant and my patient, my 3 o'clock to do that. No, it's when I went with Andy to go see what was going on with the Malvora, the Lord had brought along his daughter, Annabelle. She decided she really needed to come see me. And she seems to know what I am.
Guess the cat's out of the bag a bit there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did she have anything else to say about this?
Mentioning something about, the one I've never met being my father. No, she temporarily seems to like me and doesn't necessarily want to eat me right now, which is,
That's good.
comforting. But she wants war. I get it. They're all about anger, but she is hellbent on war.
So Harmony, that rings untrue to you. Malvoras typically, as we've discussed, Malvoras typically are about fear. Mm-hmm. These Malvoras seem to feed on despair. You actually have never heard of a white court vampire that feeds on anger.
Okay. Are you sure, Kasara?
Oh, believe me, she got. I've never seen what it looks like from the other side of, I guess, the receiving end of this. That sounds weird. But I learned today, and she invoked so much anger that just I don't normally have.
Kasara, I've never heard of a white court vampire feeding on anger. Lust, fear, despair, those are all common. But
why not anger, you think? I mean, it's emotions. That's I don't have an extensive knowledge.
I guess
but
they're all negative emotions. But I where would she have learned that?
I have no idea.
Because if she's a Malvora, that wouldn't be her natural tendency.
No.
So she had to have learned that somewhere.
I mean, wherever she learned it, she's gotten very good. I normally need to, and maybe it's just because of my nature, but I need to be able to touch somebody. And maybe that's just maybe that's just half the fun of it. But I actually have to have physical contact to be able to feed. She didn't. She sat across from me at my desk.
Not good. When you talked to Lord Malvora, did you get any indication from him that he could feed off of anger too? At all?
Do I remember getting any of that vibe? I don't personally think I remember that vibe.
No, and while Kasara is new to the world of supernatural beings, you know that you were both in accorded neutral grounds. And so feeding on people in accorded neutral grounds is decidedly not neutral.
Yeah, very much not neutral. It was neutral grounds.
Oh, okay.
There was nothing I didn't get any kind of vibe, but I don't think they were going to, lay their cards down.
Did it seem like, so you said she wanted war, right? Did it seem like she wanted war, that this was just something she personally wanted, or was she talking in her capacity as the daughter of Lord Malvora?
This felt kind of personal. She kind of monologued for a bit, despite being the one that wanted to ask me questions. It's very strange. So she kind of was my therapy patient in a very strange way. But she talked about Lord Wraith and how he wants peace right now. And how she just didn't want peace. She wanted war. There's no fun in peace.
And if that wasn't a zinger of a line to cut in, I don't know what is.
Oh no.
So here comes the compel.
You're bringing this together?
Let's see. Which one of the two of you? Well, I have your stats. Let's see. Alertness. Not bad. I'm pretty sure that's higher than Harmony's. Yeah. What? Your alertness is 1. Okay. So, Kasara.
Yep.
Your alertness is high enough. You hear what sounds like
that's
getting closer.
Getting closer. You're not expecting anyone, right?
No, I don't even have a class to teach.
Can we hide somewhere here?
And again, another perfect line to cut in on. The door slams open.
All right.
As you both look, I'm assuming, and you see a man that looks like he's had his throat slit, and there's just blood all down the front of his his shirt,
That's what it is.
and you see him kind of like move to the side, and a man walks in, average height, kind of pale, but greasy hair. Looks like he's kind of like Mr. Nobody. Like
Is he drumming?
He is beating a little tune on his leg. Very, very.
Oh my God.
quickly.
Sorry,
Oh,
that's Natalie
no.
freaking out, not Kasara. Kasara will actually freak out.
The Zoom chat over the Zoom windows over here is just a collection of chaos. I love it.
We don't have enough problems, and now a necromancer walks in.
Needed to add in a necromancer, of course.
And the man says, I think you have something that belongs to me.
Kasara just like points at his neck. Points to her. It's like, and looks at Harmony.
First of all, let me clarify. As Harmony, as a wizard, do I know enough about necromancy to recognize it when I see it with the drum and everything? Okay, cool.
You don't know how you don't know how it works. Just like Dresden didn't know how it works, like specifically until he started talking to Bob. But you know a zombie when you can like you could put two and two together, like zombie, drummer. Okay, I know the basics to look out for it.
Yeah, and enough to know that this dude is here and also like violating laws.
Yep.
Yeah. Depends on your teacher, right? Depends. Defense against the dark arts class. I don't know.
Maybe. We haven't really gotten into that with Harmony.
Nope.
So yeah, I will stand up and say, don't know who you are, so I don't think that I do.
Are you okay? Your neck is. How are you?
The man is just standing there like holding the door open and doesn't say anything obviously to you.
No.
And
Like,
the man who's
Kasara.
who's
What are you doing? Because that's even funnier.
your unfortunate choice of hand gestures, like
Yeah, sorry. No.
Phrasing, but with your hands, basically. Like that is.
The man who's standing next to the zombie says, "Yes, I believe you have a tablet that does not belong to not a child of Kemmler."
Oh,
Uh,
fudge.
I, again, don't know who that is, but this came to me directly from a dig site, so I really don't think it belongs to you either.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I've come for the tablet, and you will not stop me. And he keeps drumming, and he says, "Kill them both." And the zombie starts shuffling over towards you. Pretty sure this is a conflict now.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah.
So we will go to the scoreboard.
Oh, Lord. What happened? Oh, God.
Shit's
Yeah.
so funny. You guys are hilarious. You know that? I just really love you guys. I just want to say. All right, let's see.
Oh, no.
What is your alertness? Oh, it's actually
Oh.
good. All right, so 2.
New scene. Yes, Kasara should clear her stress boxes.
Yes, Kasari, your
Oh,
stress
thank God.
boxes.
That's
Your
good, yeah.
your social stress boxes are gone.
Well, that's
I'm
good.
gonna give you a hint. You're not gonna suffer any social damage.
Yeah, I'm not sure how
I
social
assume
this
not,
zombie
no.
is going to be.
He's really insulting for a
The
zombie.
zombie walks up and says,
I know,
"Those
right?
shoes with that jacket? Come on."
He's so mad.
Sorry.
White pants after Labor Day. You shouldn't have.
White coats after Labor Day. That's where he would have gone.
Wow. These things are
I have a bad feeling I'm going to light something on fire in this scene.
And it's probably
Kemmler, really?
your office.
Kemmler! Damn it! Ah! It's
You
fine.
okay over there?
Everything's fine.
No, it's not.
Andy, this is why we don't take breaks in the Never Never. The world goes to crap.
So, per the combat tracker and having an alertness of 4, Kasara, you
Yes.
are first as you see this zombie creature start to lumber towards you.
Cool.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, don't mind. Oh, that's not really gonna help me. I'm doing the game of what can I do? And oh god. So this zombie is lumbering towards me. This is gonna seem. She doesn't know what to do, obviously.
Yeah.
So, Kasara, being Kasara, is going to pick up the nearest, heaviest thing she can find, which is probably a book, and throw it.
So the nearest heaviest thing is probably a table.
Cool.
Yeah,
Can I throw
desk,
it?
probably.
Yeah. You're a vampire.
Sweet.
So
That's what she's gonna try to do.
Yeah, I mean,
you have inhuman strength, right?
I do have inhuman strength.
So mark a box on your hunger track because you're tapping into
Okay.
your vampireness.
Yeah.
girl, you could pick up a motorcycle and throw
That'd
it.
be great.
Out.
And then let's see. I think if I remember correctly, let me double check my handy dandy reference sheet. I think might is the attack that you want to roll.
I think
for this.
so.
Breaking things, exerting force, lifting things, yeah. And then what's athletics? Jumping, dodging, falling, yeah. Other physical. So either might or fists, just because it's close quarter combat.
Gonna go with might.
And I was gonna say whichever one's higher.
That is the one that is higher. I mean, it's a 3 to a 2, so it's not.
1 point's a lot in this.
It can
game.
make a huge difference. It's true. There we go. So that is a 4.
Okay, 4, and I will defend.
That is great.
It is great.
It is.
So are you pumping anything on top of that?
This is just Adam really wanting me to use all of my fate points this session.
I resemble that remark.
Not yet. No, we're gonna wait and see. So we're sticking with the 4.
Okay, they rolled a superb defense.
What a jerk.
So they had a +3 to defense, and I rolled 2 on the die. So that's 5. So
Okay.
you hurl this desk. Harmony,
Yeah.
you watch Kasara throw a desk across the room, which is probably a tiny bit shocking.
I really hope that they're like. Part of me is like, that was my desk. There's delicate stuff, and then part of me is like, if you were in her shoes, you would have done the same thing.
Yep. So you essentially hurl this desk.
Yeah.
And the zombie kind of just like bats it out of the air
What a jerk.
and to the side. And so now, Kasara, you know, oh, this is not a human. This is something else now.
That's basically it. Which is also why I didn't put anything else into it, because I'm just like, she wouldn't think to do that. She just thinks, you know what, a table's going to take him down. Oh, no, never mind.
And because it's a big dumb thing, it's coming after you.
Yeah.
So it's
Fair.
going to swing its fists at you.
What am I rolling?
You can roll athletics to dodge.
Okay.
Or fists if you have fists.
I do, but they're the exact same. That was a great face. That's a 6.
Holy crap!
I rolled all 4s and I have a +2 to athletics.
He also
got a
rolled a
+4.
6.
That's amazing.
So if you would like to spend a fate point, you can block him.
Yeah, she's going to realize in this case I'm going to need to. Oh, God, I only have 1 after this. Yeah.
I mean, what?
Oh, hey, mister.
So I will say, how does Kasara defend herself?
So it's just coming after me with its fists, right?
Yeah, it's just straight up gonna punch you.
Okay, cool. So it's I'm still abusing your books, Harmony, and I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I understand.
This is the idea of grabbing a thick textbook, putting it up, and the fist probably goes through the textbook at this point, and she just kind of that moment in like a movie when the fist goes through a wall and it's like 2 inches from her face, and you're just like, oh God, and she just like rips it down to the ground to kind of like get the fist away from her.
Very cool. Very cool. Yes.
Yeah.
So exactly that happens, and the zombie doesn't like seem shocked or anything. There's no facial expression. It's just like like
Meanwhile, Cass is like, I don't think I can feed on this. This is not gonna go well. Cool.
super automaton. That brings us to Harmony.
Okay. God, I have options, and I'm not sure what I want to do. Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to do
Necromancer.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm going to do something to the Necromancer. The first thing I want to do is snatch up the tablet.
Wise move.
So that it cannot easily be grabbed. And... Part of me wants to drop my earth thing over him, but I feel like that's not a good idea indoors. So maybe not. Can I look at things that I have? Oof, I do not have might. I do not. Okay, this is a thought, and I don't know if you'd let me do it. Would it be possible for me to grab something fairly sharp, like a bookend or something like that, and hurl it at the Necromancer's drumming hand?
Try and screw up his drumming.
Yeah, that's my goal here, is to screw up his drumming.
I will allow it.
Okay, can I use weapons for that? Because I actually have that as a skill.
Since you are trained with a weapon, I would let you use your weapon. Yes.
Okay.
I will note. I'm pretty sure.
You don't have a letter opener on your desk or anything?
Yeah, so anything I have on my desk that is like reasonably sharp, a letter opener would work too.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say you can also set up a preemptive block on your turn as well.
I can do both?
You can't do both.
Oh, okay.
But you could set up a block.
Yeah, I'm.
But if you want to try and knock his hand, that's perfectly fine too.
The block might actually be a better move, just to try to let Cass take the aggressive.
But what would Harmony do, though?
No, Harmony wants to protect the tablet. She doesn't want anyone else getting this.
She is the guardian of the tablet.
Okay, so I will actually then change my mind. I will use one of my rotes, which I really like. So this is a block. This is a shield using fire, but specifically using the heat component of fire. So it is designed to be essentially a globe around Harmony, where if anything comes through that is hostile, it superheats the air.
Very cool. Okay. Yes, thank you, Kitty Quixotic, for following.
Okay.
All right. So then now what you do is it's a rote.
Mm-hmm.
So how have you set up your rote block? Because there's a little finagling that you can do with the blocks, right? So do you just have it fully powered and it will last one exchange? Do you have it slightly powered and you can last multiple exchanges? What is Harmony's block rote setup?
I would prefer something that could last multiple exchanges, but I don't know what the trade-off in power is.
So essentially every shift of power you give to its duration takes away from its so you pick how strong you want it and you pick how long you want it to work, and then you add them together, and that's what your role is. So if you want it to be a rote and you don't want to risk going over your conviction, you have a 5. You have a superb conviction.
Yeah.
So essentially you can choose, say you wanted it to be a level 4 block, and you wanted it to last 2 turns or 1 turn extra. So it would last 2 exchanges. So 2 pings, that would be 5.
Okay, I'll do that.
Or you can make a level 3 block. It could last 3 exchanges, etc., etc., etc.
Okay, I'll do level 4 block for 2 exchanges.
Okay, cool. So it's a rote, so you don't have to roll to control it. And because it's a rote, because it's a block, it just happens. You just do it, so that's your turn. You take a mental point of stress for casting a spell.
Yep.
But you only take 1 because you didn't supercharge it. The other thing now is basically you have a 4 block against something, and it could be canceled if I do a better attack than 4.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
So I would say you probably just see when I pick up the tablet and set this up, the air probably just starts to shimmer a little bit around, like a heat haze almost.
Yeah, like the haze
Cool.
over the candle
Yeah.
that starts to waver.
Yeah.
And you probably don't know you're not supposed to touch her at this point, but you get the sense that maybe you shouldn't touch her.
Yeah, probably a bad life plan.
All right, so now it's Terran's turn. Let's see, what's Terran gonna do? He is going to. I think he's going to keep drumming, so he can't cast a spell. And he's going to do a thing. Which dice should I use for Terran? I'll use these. Oh,
Please don't kill us.
that's not great. So that's 1 plus 3. So he essentially pulls out a knife and hurls it at Harmony. But it bounces off your block. So essentially, let's see, you said superheated. So this knife comes flying in and it just like,
Melt.
just,
Yeah.
and it just kind of atomizes. And he's like,
Ooh.
And you get the sense that this guy is maybe a little bit more bluster than he actually has power. So despite the fact that he walked in and freaked you all out by saying he was a child of Kemmler, you get the sense that maybe he's not Curvain or Cowell or Kumari or one of those really big, scary sounding names.
Redheaded stepchild of Kemmler.
I don't know if I can do this if this is okay, but when he does that and like the knife just like melts, if I get that sense of him not actually being that powerful, I'll look at him and just say, "You are way outclassed here."
He seems a little taken aback by that, but it brings us to Kasara.
Cool. Kasara's learning a lot today. So many life lessons. That's kind of where she's at. Cause well, no, she probably thinks that Harmony purely meant that line with respect to like their magical powers versus each other. Question. So because I was able to use my inhuman strength, would I be paying hunger again if I was using it this round? Or does that last?
I think the way you work is every time you tap one of your supernatural abilities attached to your hunger, you mark hunger.
Okay, cool. So every time I tap it. Hold on.
Like casting spells always
Yeah,
cause
that's
some
right.
mental stress.
Yeah. Cool. And that knife got atomized, which is really unfortunate because I got real excited for a second.
Yeah,
On the other hand, at least one of the two guys attacking you can probably experience lust.
that's a thought.
It's true.
Ooh.
I mean, and I can actually do the invoke emotions and feed in the same thing, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
If I recall reading this correctly, emotional vampire.
I'm pretty sure you can, yep.
I'm pretty sure I can. So actually, yeah, Cass is gonna make that like, I can't do it to him. He seems alive though.
I mean, you could try, I suppose.
That's
but-
pretty much what she's going to do. She doesn't know what else to do. It's not work to throw a desk at something. And so she's going to move on to what Harmony is perceiving as the bigger threat, actually. Because that way we're both working towards the same goal here. she's gonna go after and see if she can't just grab, or at least put a hand on his arm.
Okay. So
I know.
This is close quarters.
Yeah.
It's in my office. I mean, we can't be that far away from each other.
no, distance isn't what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about whether or not is it a dodge attack for him to dodge or a resist your inciting emotions. That's what I'm thinking about. So I will say, because of reasons, that it will be a resist attack. So
Okay.
You are able to touch and then try to feed, or try to invoke and then maybe feed.
Yeah.
Well,
Which,
this will get
when
real
she-
awkward.
It's gonna be great because she's gonna see this, put two and two together, be like, you know what?
I just
Let's try
lost the
something
sound.
different. And it's one of those. She's gonna try to touch him and say something along the lines of, "You really don't want to hurt us, now, would you? I think you have something else on your mind." Because then I get to also do this as a
jeez.
psychological attack, and I would say she's trying to use deceit in this case.
Yes, because you are a lust-feeding vampire, you use deceit with your emotional attacks.
Good.
The good old combat boner.
I know, basically. That's a superior. It's a 5.
Ooh, okay, so that is... Unfortunately, I rolled a 2 on the die, and as a wizard, he's got some pretty good discipline, so he's actually got an epic defense.
Wow. Okay, then.
So he shrugs off your emotional incitement and says, "Do not touch a child of Kemlar! How dare you!"
Joe Witch Cass is like hardcore rolling her eyes at this point.
I
will say.
Normally, it would be the zombie's turn.
Normally.
But, Kasara, since you're right there trying to touch this wizard, you see a blur.
Mhm.
Then you see hands grab the wizard by the throat, and you hear a and the wizard just drops dead.
That's good. I have a lot more things to do, so.
And the two of you see this very desiccated looking, crumbly human dressed in nice clothes. And it looks up at the zombie, who kind of like starts twitching and falls over because the drumming stopped. And the power animating it stopped. And the two of you look at what Harmony cannot mistake for a black court vampire.
Oh.
Why are you doing this to me?
And we're going to cut over to the other group.
I figured.
All we got was half a dozen Malks and a druid. This is not fair.
Dragons!
And there were 2 of us.
Uh-huh.
Kemlar, Black Court, dragons.
Atlantis.
What hasn't he thrown in
Atlantis.
this yet? What are we missing? There's
Some
clearly
fucking
something
reason.
missing.
Oh my
The
god.
Red Court War, I guess.
I guess. That's clearly what the whole road of this is, then.
Oh.
I haven't pissed off any mob bosses.
Oh my god.
Yeah, at least there's
Yeah.
that. Yet.
Yet.
So, the 4 of you, you're having a nice, relaxing, slightly anxiety-inducing conversation with Siobhan. You've managed to ask her a few more questions, though she seems a little bit cagey with answering questions. She's very, very cagey about any questions related to the lighthouse, and says that she can't talk to you about anything else right now, that despite the fact that you seemingly are the ones that she has to go through, she still has to talk to her order. And before she can give you any more information, she has to check in with the other druids because she's worried about them and she's not sure what's going on. Like, she was attacked, now she's worried that the others were attacked, and so she's basically, you've rested, you've recuperated, and she's very politely but insistently saying, okay, you all need to leave now.
Ready. Let's yes, please. Bam. Cole's been pacing this whole time, just like the out, like, okay, where's the out? Not that out. I don't want to go anywhere else in the Never Never, just the out, back. Out.
And she says, don't worry, you can find me later and we can perhaps continue this conversation.
Will you be at the lighthouse, or at the observatory?
I will not be there immediately. I must go and check on my brothers and sisters. But yes, eventually I will return back to the observatory. I will leave Reginald in charge while I'm gone.
I'm going to give her my apartment's phone number, just for my duplex.
She kind of looks at it and says,
in the event that you need to contact us for some reason.
And are able to contact us with a phone.
Yes.
perhaps Reginald knows how, and like tucks it away.
All right.
Not knows how, but has a phone because she does. Clearly, you're in the Never Never. She doesn't have a phone.
Yeah,
Thank you for your
yeah.
hospitality.
Yes.
Of course, young wolf. And she does that same thing where she makes a gesture, and instead of coming down over you, the veil lifts up over you, and you are back in her house that you started in. The living room is back where it was. The now you kind of get why it doesn't look like it's lived in very well, because she seemingly doesn't really live here. She lives somewhere else, literally. And she opens the back door and says, "Have a lovely day."
Thank you. Stay safe.
You as well. We are in
You
troubled
as well.
times.
We'll be back to check and make sure that you and your companions are okay.
I appreciate that. And you are able to exit the Never Never. Judging by the time of day and the lights and everything, it doesn't look like you had any kind of weird Never Never shenanigans with time. It looks like
100 years have passed.
Yeah, the same amount of time that passed. Is basically time has continued to go forward, so you didn't do any kind of weird, slow, fast, speedy things. So it took you about an hour or two to kind of talk through things, heal Nikki's wound, and all that. And so yes, as a reminder, Nikki, your minor consequence is gone. She was able to remove it without the need of medical supplies. And so you guys are back in Portland.
Well,
Dragons.
I'm looking for a dragon. Well, I guess we are looking for a dragon.
Oh no.
No, I don't want to find. They're all locked away and should stay there.
No, I'm talking about who might be the founder that I'm looking for.
Do you think the founder is a dragon?
That makes sense
Okay, why not?
with all the fire and stuff.
Do I know anything about dragons?
Sure.
I'm going to say no, because you reacted with complete incredulity that dragons were a real thing during last stream. So no.
That's fair.
Andy
Fair enough.
Andy, until this moment, did not believe in dragons.
That's fair. He believes in stuff he can see. You've never seen a dragon.
You can do magic. You believe in stuff you can see. Come on.
You can see magic. You can feel it.
Okay.
The idea of someone that can use actual magic freaking out about a dragon is...
I say this is all basically good news because there's an entire court of the Fae that isn't mad at me yet.
As in, you have a new challenge or you have a safe haven?
Oh God, please no.
Both depends on the day.
Let's hope for the latter.
Let's not piss off a fourth fairy court, please.
Oh,
I'll do my
Only-
best.
Especially one that is, again, locked away with dragons!
Now, for one,
Andy,
Winter and
I can
summer
see the vein
aren't-
coming.
winter and summer aren't really mad at me. If they were, I would have been obliterated by one or the other of them. So, just, it's okay. We're fine. We'll be friends with the dragon.
Well, the dragon is currently out. I think we will be okay. Fucking Atlantis, really? Oh my god. Okay. Well,
Maybe it's a metaphor.
So,
no, it's
No.
not. That's not how this shit works. Okay.
Okay, so what should we do? What should
Okay.
we do?
I feel like we should talk to Al.
Hmm.
They'll have more information, and now that we know who or what we're looking for, they might be able to provide more info, because they couldn't specifically say what the founder was or who the founder was.
What are you going to pay Al with?
Oh,
hey,
I don't know yet. Maybe
Hey.
with the new information we just found out. Go for it, Percy. Sorry.
no, it's actually good that you keep cutting Percy off. I think it works well for what he's going to say.
Oh, good.
So, where's Kasara and Harmony? Shouldn't they be here?
If I remember correctly, Cass was working, and she had an appointment or something.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think Harvey was doing more research.
We should probably tell them about the dragons
That's
and
surely
the
not
malts that
important.
We
attacked.
should.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
We should tell them.
Also,
We're going to need to.
We should, but do we want to do this
Convene.
now?
we're the
Do we really want to, like, blow their minds right now, or wait till they have chilled out a little bit, all the insanity that just
You know,
happened, like, 2 days ago?
I think they're going to be pissed that they
I
missed all
just
the fun.
know. I just know Cass will just, like, her brain will explode. So, I don't know how much. I'm not the therapist, so I don't know how much she can handle right now. I don't know what to do. This is too much.
I'm a little afraid Harmony will want to research them because fire, but she is the better magical researcher of the two of us.
I know what we can
Saying
do.
we should go
We can
find
get drunk.
them.
Yes, we should get drunk. That will make this much better and
I
so much more plausible.
Why don't you? I have something I want to look into, if you don't mind. If you want to go tell them, I had some research I want to take care of.
Okay?
Well, I feel like all of us should be there if we're gonna go. Okay. Mhm.
You need a ride, Percy?
Sure, if you're feeling like doing boring work.
I can
think-
probably, and like I said, we'll stop and get a six-pack. I'll entertain myself.
All right. If you have any troubles, Nikki, you just duck out and call, and we'll get there as soon as we can.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just keep a lookout for malts. There's probably the worst thing that we could deal with right now.
Yeah, they seem to be
I can-
jumping everyone related to this whole lighthouse thing. And who knows if they're connected to that spirit I saw.
Hang on.
We don't even know who's behind
Not
them.
just Malks. Don't
Oh.
forget about elves.
Oh, the elves.
Right.
So, think sniper, because they've got the bows.
Well,
Okay.
Elf
Luckily-
Luckily,
we'll die
things
immediately
pretty
then.
quickly.
Elf shot doesn't. It normally, I mean, well, maybe you die, but it coma, knock you out.
I can
Elf shot's supposed
I can
to-
sense things from pretty.
30
I can
years
sense
I've
pretty
lived here
easily.
and none of this happened.
It's okay, Andy. Take a deep breath.
Weird. I was here
see a
30 minutes
therapist
and
in
this
a
started
minute.
happening.
We're gonna. Okay. I guess if Cole is. Well, we all came here together. We can't exactly separate right now.
That just means
Oh.
we need 2 cars. Here, take the one I got. I'll get
No,
another one.
Yeah, we could go grab the other 2. I think Harmony might be
Marcy
able
is
to help
probably
me
not
in what
the
I'm looking
best
for.
idea.
Here, he'll pass the keys to Nikki.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how new this car is and doesn't trust himself with the keys.
Percy and I can get another car. It's no big deal.
Oh, really?
Oh.
You wanna do GTA right now?
I don't know if we could get another Harmony, and I need someone who can help out with some of that research as well.
Go pick her up. That's fine.
Yeah, let's go grab her.
I'm not
So
bad
we're all-
at. Okay.
We'll
So
go
we're
get
all
Harmony.
going
You
car.
guys meet
to
up with
Harmony.
Kasara.
Percy's
Sure, we
getting in
can
the
go
car.
to Kasara's office. I assume you know where that is. She keeps telling me I need to see a therapist.
We'll check.
So
We'll check there.
I have the card. Address is on there, I'm thinking.
Well, I know where it is. I know. Okay. So
All right, Nikki,
Okay.
you got the old car. Percy and I'll go grab a new
Okay.
car.
sure, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay.
Adam, I'm gonna assume there's probably gonna be some kind of role involved in me getting a new car.
I'm going in the old car because Percy might want to, like, not be a part of crime.
Worst case scenario, Kasara is seeing someone and we might prevent her from losing another client. Who knows?
Yes, that if you want a new car, Cole, you are going to have to burgle.
All right, well,
Burgle.
Burgle.
I mean, it is what he does. I mean,
Okay, so while he's doing that, or I guess wait, who's going to see Cass? Who's coming with us? Okay, so Percy's coming also.
well, shit,
So
it was
there's-
just
Going
me.
up.
Yeah, why don't we just all go? What is the...
All right, fine. You got the keys. You drive.
Let's just
Okay,
take the car we
sure.
already have then. We'll go by Kasara's first. We can get
Okay.
her, then go find Harmony.
You can borrow a car there.
Okay, so since the group is essentially looking for Harmony and Cass, we'll cut back to Harmony and Cass.
I love that.
Stop, y'all.
I love that they think that the car they're in isn't stolen.
That part's cute.
How naive.
I know, right?
So, last we left our heroines, y'all were staring at a very desiccated corpse that was still up and walking and did not have blood coating its front. And as I said, Harmony, you know Black Court Vampire when its freaky ass face shows it to yourself.
Great.
Um,
Excellent.
Cass doesn't.
Nope.
She's right there.
Cass, this is another like, what the hell is with these dead people walking around?
Basically.
However, after breaking the wizard's neck and just letting him drop on the ground, it does not seemingly make a move to attack you. It actually raises its hands in a gesture universally seen as "I come in peace."
I feel inclined to say thank you.
It like you hear this like raspy like, "You're welcome."
Cass is already pale. She goes a little paler.
What may we call you by?
I am not important.
Well, you just saved us a little bit of trouble, so forgive me if I disagree a little.
My master would speak with you.
And who is your master?
The creature's eyes like roll up into the back of its head.
This just gets better.
Could possibly go wrong.
Hello, Harmony Ward.
I'm afraid you have the better of me. To whom am I speaking?
That information is not relevant right now. What is relevant is people are starting to come for the tablet. This is untenable.
Well, I don't love it. So I think we're possibly in agreement there.
I would suggest no longer keeping it outside of your wards. And if you could, increase their potency.
Duly noted. I will transfer it today. In fact, as soon as we finish our conversation. How do you know who I am?
I am partially responsible for the tablet coming into your possession.
Okay.
I make it a point to research those who will be researching the things of interest to myself.
Do you expect to get the tablet back someday?
Perhaps someday. I am more interested in the words that are inside of that tablet. It has eluded my grasp for many millennia.
And what do you want with the words?
For now, that is my business. Your business is thanksgiving that you are not dead.
Well, thank you, I guess.
You are most welcome.
Do I, when this person is speaking through the Black Court Vampire, do I get a sense of like the timbre of their voice, or is it like?
Yes, it's like you heard the Black Court try to talk and it did not go very well.
Right.
This, whatever this creature that's talking through him, you hear a voice. It's almost like this thing is using the Black Court Vampire as a megaphone, and the voice is coming out of its mouth magically, and not using the thing's vocal cords, because otherwise it would come out all weird and raspy.
Is it a voice I've heard before at all?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Male, female, unsure?
You would have a hard time picking gender.
Okay, that's fair. Well, you can rest assured that I will keep a very close eye on this tablet.
Of that I am certain.
I'm sorry, so what can we call you? I think we do actually need a name if we're ever going to, if you're gonna, I don't know, show up again.
I have had many names throughout the centuries and millennia of your race's wretched existence on this planet. I believe you may call me. And you get this like weird pause as it considers. I enjoyed being called Nikolai.
Wonderful. Oh, thank you, Nikolai.
Well,
Right.
it is if should we need to reach you, is there a way we can contact
I apologize. I should have said Nicolo.
Nicola?
you? Nicolo?
Nicolo,
Okay.
yes.
It's not working. Should we need to reach you, Nicolo, is there a method we can use to contact you?
You watch it consider again as and the Black Court Vampire is just kind of like twitching slightly. I was almost as if the connection is starting to not be able to be maintained very well. Find a black rose and leave it outside of your apartment's door. I will know that you wish to resume communication, and I will follow with instructions.
Thank you. As I said, I'll transfer the tablet today.
And then you watch as like the Black Court like shivers and its eyes like snap back to you. It's, see that you do. And it just kind of like just is gone so fast.
Kisara,
What was that?
You just see Harmony's like just slump. Like she was putting on the bravest face she could.
Yeah.
And then she just like slumps down into a chair and the shimmer drops away.
This is one of those that ignorance is bliss kind of times, which I think is just cats in general. And she'll go over and be like, "Are you okay? What was that even? What was any of that? I think I don't think my problem is necessarily the worst thing that's happened today."
Maybe not. Actually, question for Adam. So we established that Harmony recognizes a necromancer when she sees one. Have I heard of Kemler? Like,
No.
do I recognize that name? Okay, I do not.
Nope. Nope, because the wardens made damn sure to destroy his name and
Okay,
erase
cool.
it.
Which is why cats may accidentally call it Keebler at some point, if you remember what they
Yeah.
said.
And because if you remember, Dresden did not know who Kemler
I didn't
was.
think he did, so
Yeah.
that's why I figured I probably didn't either. So, first, necromancer. The
That really?
yeah,
That's a
zombie necromancer.
that explains why the desk didn't take him, okay. I'm sorry about your desk.
Can you pick it back up?
Yeah.
See if it's damaged.
So, now that the scene's over, Kisara,
Yeah.
you have to make a roll
Yeah.
against hunger.
Oh
I
no.
believe it is a discipline roll against an attack that is equal to the strength of your hunger track, which is currently 1. So you have to make a defense roll with discipline against a 1 attack.
Okay. My disciplines, I just have those cancel each other out, so it's a 2 total fair. Yeah.
So you are successful. So your hunger goes away, it clears,
Okay, cool.
and you do not suffer additional penalties.
That's good.
Right.
Hermione probably sees Cass like kind of shake off something though. She like just yeah. It's been she's having a moment.
Yeah, so necromancers. Then the thing that killed the necromancer was a Black Court vampire. Think like undead Dracula. That
Really?
sort. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Not as fictional as you may have believed.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
But I have no idea what Niccolo is. That is.
And what the necromancer, he mentioned Keebler something. Sure.
Sounds
That's
German, but otherwise, I don't know. I could maybe look it up later.
maybe a Nicolo's. Wow, those are
Niccolo sounds Italian.
yeah. Both being European, it's why do I get the feeling it's very old and very much not something we want to be dealing with?
Well, at least whatever Niccolo isn't openly hostile, although it concerns me that they sent the tablet to me and it sounds like did so with the expectation that I would translate it for them.
Yeah, that
And I am not at all sure I want to give what I'm translating here to whoever Niccolo is.
he mentioned wards. Is that like what you did before with kind of that weird fire, haze, heat?
Well, that was my
Thing.
shield.
Okay.
The wards he's referring to are the wards on my half of the duplex.
Okay.
To keep out intruders and
Can it keep out the likes of him?
maybe. I mean, I don't know if it's strong enough. I'll have to talk to Andy and see if there's a way I can strengthen the wards on my apartment some more. I mean, the wards on my apartment will maybe be sufficient for regular vampires, but who freaking knows what this Niccolo thing is?
Yeah.
And if on cue, your whole gang rolls up.
Into the
This
room.
office,
Harmony's office is trashed.
her office is trash. I'm
There's
like
a-
trying to move the desk back into place and like,
There's 2 dead people on the ground.
oh yeah, that too.
One that looks like it has a neck broken, and one that looks like they've had their neck slashed open. And Harmony, I'm guessing you would have looked. It looks like one of the local security guards from the campus, like campus security
Gotcha.
guards, like just some random John Smithy kind of person. And whoever Taryn was, that you didn't actually know his name is Taryn, also dead.
Oh, I see you had fun too.
You missed. Where were you? You missed the.
The fracas?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hilariously is not something either of us did.
Yeah, Andy, I did not
You-
break any laws of magic. I promise. I swear to you on everything I hold dear.
So you who slit this guy's throat?
And not me. I
Okay,
didn't
so
hurt
that-
anybody.
That guy's throat was slit by that guy who was
Yeah.
a necromancer, who I did
That's a-
not kill, but was killed by
No.
the Black Court vampire that left here about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you are actually
What?
have
And
awful
with that,
fun.
we're gonna go to break.
Andy, you
Yeah.
sure you don't want a beer?
Because that's a perfect. You guys are just giving me all these nice little one-line zingers that be like, oh, nope, we're gonna stop there. So we're gonna take a 5 to 10 minute. Hopefully, we'll keep it to 15. No, we'll be back in 10. And we'll get some bios in here, some waters, some tea, some beers if we need them. And we will be right back and see what these crazy kids do next.
I know what you're talking about.
Stay tuned.
I'm an angel.
Back in a minute.
Oh God.
And we're back! Yay! We're back from break, and we're playing the Dresden Files RPG, where a group of crazy adventurers are running around in the city of Portland. And may or may not set it on fire soon. We'll see. So, you guys all reconvene.
In Harmony's office?
You are able to
So,
essentially lore dump at each other ad nauseum. So now the whole group can essentially be caught up. We don't have to waste airtime with reliving the
Oh,
thing.
that's the fun part. Come on.
But Bates, moving along. So you have able to like basically freak out at each other back and forth. Like, you found Atlantis. You found Black Corvette. Like you just basically like excited yelling at each other. This team disaster indeed. And so where do we find the group now?
Oof.
What are you guys?
Somewhere safer, probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wanted to take. I said
Somewhere
I would
safe
take.
Hang on.
drinking.
Nikki, you're pretty sneaky, yeah?
Yes.
Good. Because you and I are going to have to get these bodies into the trunk of that car.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, unless the sanitation staff is okay with this, Harmony, because
No, I cannot have
yeah.
2 dead bodies in my office. That would be very frowned upon.
we could taxidermy them and have them,
Is
you
your
know.
office on the first floor or the second floor?
So as you guys are having this conversation,
Oh, good.
a group of 4 people show up, and they knock on the outside door.
Of my office?
Yeah, like leading into where you all are kind of congregating right now before
Yeah.
before we transition.
Okay, I will like walk to the door itself, and I'll look at the rest of them and just be like, guys, get them behind the desk.
Has
I
to
go
probably kind
behind the
of follow
desk.
behind Harmony as backup because, like,
Actually,
need to lie. I'm good.
I'm just going to veil the bodies. Glamour.
Oh, that's
Yep.
a good idea.
There you go.
Happens. It's gone. They're gone.
And then I'm gonna do the open the door, but only just enough to see the people in the hall. Hello.
You see a mixture of 4 people, like I said, various genders, various heights. We're looking for Miss Ward.
I'm Miss Ward. What can I help you with? Are you students?
And the one of them like behind smiles and laughs. No, we heard you have a body problem.
Is this a thing?
To whom am I speaking?
I am in the employ of the man you just talked to, and yeah, we've been sent to clean up the mess that his compatriot left.
Ah.
That's oddly convenient.
Okay. And I open the door.
Do y'all
we're
have...
supposed to not be
business cards?
alive. No, we don't. That's what would go very against our ability to blend in.
Contact number or something? This might be a useful service.
Cole, can you?
Call.
Cole, can you just drop the glamour?
Respectfully, sir, you could not afford us.
You don't know what kind of resources I have. Anyway, sure, fine.
He gives you a look like up and down as like how you're dressing. Respectfully, sir, you cannot afford us.
Why does everybody assume I'm going to use my own money? Anyway.
Call, you're not stealing to hire a cleaning crew.
So you drop the
Bodies.
Yeah, I'll
Worst idea.
drop it for these guys. I
And I'll
don't
just
know them, but
gesture at the bodies. Say, if you could.
Do you have a room that you don't mind getting a little dirty? We'll clean it after, but I don't. These looks like a lot of books and blood splatter doesn't really do
I
well.
have a lab of some kind, or like any kind of ensuite?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just point them in there then. It just as long as you do it away from the books and you clean it up.
So two of them actually one of them like goes and like lifts the arms under each and just kind of starts dragging them in there, and you see not the one that's talking to you, but another one. You see their jaw start to unhinge, like,
Oh.
They start walking into
Oh.
the room with the bodies.
Ugh.
Have a nice day, ma'am. It looked like you all were about to leave, and you were going to try to
Yeah.
leave with bodies, which would have been.
That would be a good
hilarious.
idea, and I start guiding Cass out of there because that's some scary shit.
Cass is like, what
Yeah.
is...
Go,
Um,
go, 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 go.
Let's just go.
Yes,
Okay.
y'all might want to leave because it's going to get a little loud.
Yeah,
messy.
we're gonna.
yeah,
Yeah.
can just make sure nobody finds you or hears you, and yeah.
Yes, Percy.
No, he was waving. Goodbye.
Oh, okay.
And as you guys all leave and the door kind of closes behind you, you start to hear the loud crunching sounds of bones being eaten.
Are they
Ghouls.
doing...
They're
what I-
ghouls.
Yeah.
Well-
Yep.
They seem nice.
They're.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
okay.
Mm,
Who's hungry?
No, I need to go back to.
So we will.
Yes.
We will. And you now are behind wards. Because. Yay.
Mm.
Thank God.
oh.
So you have had a day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Had a time, yep.
What is the group's next course of action?
I want to go talk to Al. Would anybody like to join me?
Who's Al?
A spirit ghost entity that they will love you, I'm sure.
Ooh, sounds like fun then.
I wonder if to be perfectly honest, I have a few questions I wouldn't mind asking Al myself.
Do you have a way to pay? They're not going to take anything.
That's what I'm wondering.
Is everybody okay if I mention the Atlantis and dragons and stuff as payment? Or is there something else that you think we can offer?
I would prefer we keep that information to ourselves.
Well, they
They
probably
obviously know
if-
about the lighthouses already.
right, and if the dragon is the founder, then they already know about that too.
Well,
I was
what
thinking-
about angry
Which-
Malvora that are interested in war?
That
That's
might,
interesting.
might be worth a trade.
They might not know that.
Of
I
the
hear-
of the new information, I think Angry Malvora is a less of a give than ancient Black Court vampire and or dragons and Atlantis and entirely different Fey Court. Sure.
Oh, and
Of
don't forget
all
the
of those
necromancers.
Oh,
The
right,
less-
and necromancers.
Yeah, in fact,
So
that's,
less
that's
risky
part of
of the
actually what I
things.
would like to ask
Yeah.
Al about.
I have something I want to check and a call to make.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't involve Al.
So raise your hand if you're going to see Al. Okay. It's a girls' trip.
I'm good.
Fun.
Cool? Everybody else good? Cool.
Andy.
We go to see Al.
Andy,
Unless anybody else wants
when
to
we
cut
get
in.
back, we need to have a conversation about strengthening the wards on my apartment.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah,
Uh,
with
Yeah.
everything that we can.
yeah. Great. Let's probably look at mine too. He
Yeah.
looks over at the piece of the tablet that he has.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you all right?
I'm okay for now. A little shaken, but honestly, I think Cass and I probably would have been okay had the Black Court vampire not shown up to stop that necromancer. But I really do not relish the thought of more necromancers showing up on my doorstep.
No. That's a lot that you dealt with today. We all have a lot. Sounds like.
It's never one thing, is it?
Yeah.
When it rains, it pours.
No, it's 5 or 6 things.
Always, yeah.
Fucking Melks. You just hear Nikki motherfucking Melks.
Yeah, and that's a whole other thing. We still have to figure out what's going on with the Melks.
Yeah, I assume it's tied to the lighthouses and whoever is trying to open them. And I have to assume, from what Siobhan told me, that means they will inevitably come from me, since I am apparently somehow a key to opening them or something.
Really?
Sounds like we're gonna
Just
have
call
to
her
hit the books
Sheen.
again after all this.
That was what I thought that's what I took what she said to mean.
I was a little distracted in the Never Never. Sorry.
Anyway, I'm going to try to get in touch with a member of the White Council.
Probably not a bad idea, especially if maybe worth telling them that there were necromancers in town.
Yeah.
That's
That's
technically
part of
not
it.
our issue, isn't it?
That's a White
Isn't it-
Council issue.
It is very much. Well, it would be
His name is Dresden, right?
it'd be a Warden Dresden issue. I don't know how busy he is. If he can't deal with it, it is very much at least a Harmony and I issue.
Yeah.
He's currently dealing with just a small favor.
Terrible.
I can't say I'm a big fan of wardens, but whatever.
I mean, if he can deal with it, then we don't have to deal with it, which we've got enough
Right.
to deal with.
And if he
Yeah.
can't, then
We already have stupid Atlanta shit and dragons and oh my god.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to try to contact a member of the White Council I'm in touch with, and I'm going to check my map.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Good idea.
Okay, we'll come see how that went after we talk to Al.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Good luck.
Percy, what
I'm
are you?
gonna go take a walk. Cause Sarah, can I chat with you for a second?
Sure. Ladies, do you mind waiting up for me?
Not at all.
Sure.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
he would pull Kasara pretty far away, given that
Okay.
one of the people is a wolf and can hear. So he doesn't know exactly how that works, but he's kind of like, it probably works like that.
Make some assumptions on it, yeah.
Kind of.
I'm going to go find the Fae.
Okay.
Don't want the others to know because they tend to worry about things.
Yes.
So if I'm not back in 24 hours, that's where I went.
Which are you, like, summer, winter? I feel like.
The missing ones.
Oh, yeah, those ones. How are you going to?
I have contacts.
Is there a location I should start searching if you're not back in 24 hours, or we'll just figure it out?
Al will probably know.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Sounds good. Good luck.
Yes, you as well. And Al's a interesting couple of people. Enjoy your time.
And you see this, like, sly grin go across Catherine's
Percy has the
face.
same, like,
Oh. Fun. Wonderful.
I'm
Oh.
so sad. I'm so sad that Percy doesn't think I wouldn't 100% support this.
I would 100% not.
Oh.
You're asking what Cole's doing. Since he doesn't know about this little plan, I'm going to meet up with 2 friends, Jack and Jim, and meet back at Andy's place.
yeah, your phone's going to ring while you're going to the store to get stuff.
So
Fair enough.
There you go.
As most of you start to walk outside because you're splitting up, standing at the bottom of the stoop is an incredibly tall, lanky man, wearing a pretty nice suit with a little bit of a purple stole draped across their shoulders and leaning on a staff. And Rashid of the White Council looks up and is, good evening, Wizard Wells. Please invite me in.
Please, gatekeeper, make yourself at home.
It is nice to meet all of you. And he kind of just limps up the stairs. And
Adam, have I met or seen the gatekeeper before?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's the first time. He's got a cowl on. He's got a robe on, so he covers his, like, you can't see that weird eye thing that he has.
Okay.
Because he's very careful to keep that under wraps.
And given Andy's feelings about that particular aspect of his, he probably hasn't really talked about Rashid before.
Yeah. So in that case, as Rashid moves by, Harmony just looks over to Andy and he's like, "Are you gonna be okay?"
I should be fine. He's the gatekeeper. Rashid, I'll tell you about Rashid later. He's a member of the White Council.
All right.
Is he
And
is
new.
he a rye or a bourbon guy?
He also is standing right here.
Are you a rye or a bourbon guy?
I prefer Scotch, but if I had to choose bourbon.
Well, shit, son. That's all you had to say.
Just like, what is happening right now? Is like Nikki's not saying shit. She's just like, what?
So
Harmony
Cass is
Being
just
very
smiling
respectful.
dangerously.
Harmony turns to walk away and then goes back and gives Andy a quick hug. And then
He just kind of.
have a lovely time.
Bye. Lovely meeting you.
And you.
Andy will just. And then close the door.
So, Percy.
Yeah.
Note to self: big bottles. All right.
Please.
How are you going about trying to find these lost fae?
Oh, you mean like the thing we should have done in the first episode? Investigate the lost fae? Took me a little while to get here, but can I use contacts to speak with different ghost people who may have seen fae about town at any point in time? And could I perhaps use my investigate to enhance my contacts as well, so that I know who to speak to?
So ghosts have a hard time being like wandery. They have to kind of be in the Dresden verse. They kind of have to be anchored somewhere. So you can certainly try to get a read on ghostly activity or maybe deaths, but running it up the ghost flagpole might not get you as much as you were hoping, but you can certainly try. Just because there's not a they don't just wander around. They either have to be directed, so that's why and you haven't read the book, so we wouldn't have a basis for information, but Mortimer can use spirits because he's an ectomancer, so he can literally tell them to go look for shit and they will do that. Whereas you just find ghosts and talk to them, so it's you kind of have to get lucky. So yes, I will let you roll it, but I will caution you that it's going to be a relatively high DC.
So,
And you can enhance it with investigation, yes.
Percy's going to talk to Manny about that sort of thing and eventually get to where you are. Manny being Percy's ghost boyfriend.
Well, ghost husband.
Yes.
Right? Didn't you guys get married?
They got serious. I don't think they ever actually got married.
Okay.
Engaged.
They were living together. So he is going to get really frustrated because he doesn't think this is going to work, swallow his pride, and reach out to people in the Paranet who he doesn't like talking to.
Interesting. Okay.
Just gonna say you know someone that has Fey contacts.
So you can go ahead and roll a contacts roll to see what you have dredged up, and if you want to enhance it with investigation, I will allow that.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the contacts here. All right, the investigate is 1 higher, so I think that's gonna be a 4 total.
Okay. So you don't obviously get an obvious like they're here.
Right.
But what you do get from the Paranat people, and they seem more than delighted to have heard from you, do not seem to necessarily harbor your same like I don't like talking to you mentality. And so you get a sense that there has been a lot of unease and strange happenings kind of throughout the city, but specifically focused on 2 main areas. We're in Maine, so it's a joke. Sorry. I'll be better.
Everything's a main area in Portland.
Yeah, Portland is a main area. Thanks, Dad.
Yep. Anytime. One of them is in the Deering's Oak Park.
Okay.
Which is in Parkside. And another, where would Harmony, when you saw Melusine, where did I tell you saw her?
I summoned Melusine from the campus grounds.
Oh, that's right. You
down,
called
like,
it
in my,
you
like,
called it a
waiting
marker.
spot.
Yeah.
where the
You
little-
called it a marker.
Yeah, where the little stream was.
Right.
Yeah, she came to
Correct.
So, the DM is confused, and by confused I mean cool. Where am I going to put them? So where would they want to be?
If you want time, I could call Cole and we could go to the first area while you're thinking of the second one.
Nah, I got it.
Okay.
They are on Macwood Island.
Islands seem hard to get to.
you. Nah,
Parks are easier to get to.
Steal
sure.
a boat.
I'm gonna
Borrow a boat.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call my good friend Cole and advise him that 1, what I'm doing, and 2, the leads that I've gotten, one of which being in the park, which I would like to go to like now-ish.
Okay, hang on. Let me pay for this and I'll pick you up.
Well, that's a novel idea for you. I'll see you soon.
I didn't say it's my money.
Cashier's like,
So yeah, you all meet up in Deering's Oak Park, and Cole. It looks familiar.
Oh, yeah, of course.
This is where you went to talk to Gil.
Yeah, fair. Okay, sure. Yep.
Yeah, so it's this park here. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but you know.
Okay, so you're saying dead people told you that maybe the Shepherd Court was here.
Not dead people this time. I do talk to people who aren't dead. Fellow Paranetters this time helped me out.
Okay, fair.
Do you have any?
I mean, I know there are Fae here. I don't know if they're Shepherd Court Fae, but we could talk to him. I'm sure he'd be happy to see us.
Oh, good. Yeah. How do we do that?
Well, I go in the park. I bring some of this whiskey with me.
That's a good thing you bought that.
I'm going to have to go back and buy another bottle of scotch because I'm going to give one to the gatekeeper and one to Gil. That's man, they're gonna shut this guy Morgan's credit card down sooner or later. Anyway,
Go looking for Gil.
actually, I would like to maybe make a contact roll to see if there are any other Fae that I know in this area
Go for it.
that isn't my boss. All right, that is 4 blank dice, so straight up just a contacts of 2, but I've got fingers in a couple of pies.
You do.
I'll go ahead and spend that to make it a 4, make it a great result.
Okay, with a great result, what are you looking for?
If there are any wild fae, that would be great. If not, maybe somebody in Summer who works for Gil, but isn't, a dryad. Just,
Sure. So you kind of remember that the wild fae don't like to come near the city as much, and it's kind of the purview of the other courts. So
Sure.
that's also why they don't tend to like to mix it up in here.
Yeah.
But a mook for Gil is definitely someone you could know and you'd be able to talk to them without increasing the ire that Gil feels for you.
in which case it'll be bourbon and not the scotch if I'm not talking to Gil.
So what is this? So it's a dryad. You said what is this dryad's name? I make my players do work too.
Sure. Oh, yeah, sure. Let me see. Let me consult
the dryad name list generator.
Sure. How about Callista?
Callista. All right.
Sure,
So you're walking through the forest, and you know where this dryad's tree is, or at least their tree for now, because and you know you're getting very close to the equinox. Actually, it's just about to be the equinox time in the game, and so you know that this park is probably going to turn over, and that its domain will no longer be summer, but it will shift to winter. And
do they migrate? I didn't. All right.
They have like, it's essentially they go to different locations and they kind of ping pong out of the middle of the city when it's not their turn to be in charge.
Sure. Winter and summer homes.
Yes. And so you enter and you find I'm sorry, what was their name? I didn't even know.
Callista. I will put it in the chat.
Yep, I got it right.
There you go. Yeah.
And you find their tree.
All right. I guess have a seat. Unscrew the top of the bottle. Slug some. Pass it to Percy. Now we wait for a minute.
He hands it back without drinking.
And as you go to hand it back to Cole, a hand reaches out from the tree and grabs it and says, "Nice to share," and starts taking a little sip and then hands it back to Cole. "So, Cole, you didn't come to see Gil, so what do you need?"
Oh, hey, it can be a social call. Going to see Gil always turns into business.
"Cole, you've come to the courts. What do you need?"
I actually asked him to help me find you.
"Well, blow me down. You're actually helping someone else. Cole, are you feeling all right?"
I feel fine.
"I apologize. My name is Callista, and what may I call you?"
Percy extends his hand out. Percy.
Oh, the lovely manners. Cole, your friends are getting better and better all the time. And I say that knowing we're not friends.
I'm looking for the missing Fae.
Ow.
So are we.
The knife in the back. Ow.
That would be a treat if you could find him.
I was hoping that, being that you're a little closer to the source, you could help point me in the right direction.
You know, that is a clever and good idea. But honestly, it's rather strange. It's almost like they disappeared.
Is there any pattern?
Not that we've been able to tell, and we're pretty good at patterns.
So it's not a Fae taking them, probably.
No, if it was a Fae on Fae crime,
I didn't do it.
I didn't say you did, Cole. I
No,
was just
you
going
just
to say
implied
that-
things.
No, actually, this time, if it had been this close to the solstice and someone was mucking about with our kinds, the courts would probably go to war.
Oh, you mean like elves going missing and Malks going missing?
The tensions are pretty high right now because we think obviously we think they stole our people, and they probably think we stole their people, but it doesn't seem right. Stealing isn't really what we do. We just fight.
Hang on now. Stealing isn't what we do. How do changelings never? You know what? No, we've had this conversation before. I'm going to stop.
We don't steal each other, Cole. Humans are different. Humans are funny. And
We sure are.
and they give you this weird, like, you're standing right there look, and they kind of grin at you.
Percy lets it roll off. Now, you'll have to excuse me being just a funny human, but I'm not quite sure which Fae is in which court. The Malks, are they with you or with
Winter.
the other?
They are Winter. Malks are typically the assassins of Winter.
You'll probably not mind this then. So he's going to take out a paw of one of the Malks that he took. And if I have to spend a fate point to say that I did that, that's fine. From the
Ectoplasm.
Unfortunately,
Oh, it went ecto.
ectoplasm. So
They go into goo.
But if you wanted to take pictures of the cages and things with your cell phone and show him pictures, or show them pictures, you could.
We probably already.
I was going towards possibly dousing with the body part. So the goo would not work.
Nope. It
Alrighty.
evaporates into nothing.
So I have pictures that I took of the cages and of the plans from the original house that we stormed.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I will definitely show that to him.
Fae would also not use cold iron on other Fae. So we know somebody is doing this to Winter and Summer.
The Bane,
possibly-
we can't even use the Bane.
That's what changelings are for, isn't it? I'm glad we're useful for something. Anyway,
You're
it
also
might.
kind of funny.
Thanks.
Mhm.
Anyway, so you say they all disappeared. Maybe you could give us an idea of last place we saw them, so we could go check that out. I mean, he is a trained investigator and all. And if I know anything about anything, it's stealing stuff like people.
I think the lost elf that went missing somewhere near. Oh, what are the funny words that the humans use to describe their weird cement paved lines?
Road?
Yeah,
Highway?
No. Yes, thank you. Both.
Interstate?
Of you are the names of the places. They have names. You name them.
I don't name them, but whatever.
They all have names. I don't know which one's which.
The government body that you all think makes your laws. What do you call that?
A nuisance?
No, the actual name.
The governor? The
No, the big one. The really.
capital?
No. He's like.
DC? Washington?
It's there, but it's got a name. It's Congress. That's what it's called. Congress Street. Somewhere along Congress Street. They were investigating something.
Like I said, a
near-
nuisance.
They were investigating something near the Park of the Penny.
Okay. Okay.
That is helpful. And he takes out something and starts writing stuff down. You've certainly earned your drink and my appreciation as well.
I'm glad that I was able to do you a favor.
We'll leave the bottle.
I don't
Gift
know if
for a
my
gift.
appreciation is quite a favor at this point in time. But if I need a favor, you will be the one I go to.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well,
So,
I'll explain.
pulling back from there,
I'm gonna leave the bottle and okay.
ladies, how's Al's treating you? We're off to Al's.
Yep.
So, off to the shore we go, and by the shore I mean the wharf and the strange little building that is seemingly doesn't belong, but no one pays any attention to it. And y'all just walk up to the building, and as you get close, and before one of you knocks, as you go to knock, the door just swings open.
Al does that.
Right. Okay.
Just. Okay. I just walk in. I'm just done.
And as you walk in, just like last time, the
Oh,
lights, the veins of lights kind of illuminate as you move in, and as you all move in, the door closes behind you, and you are standing in a relatively nice old house. It has a very nice foyer that leads into a very nice drawing room. And there seems to be a desk stationed kind of at the end of where you would start walking. There are a few bookcases that don't seem to have any books on them. There are a couple of chairs for humanoids that are not Al to sit. And as you kind of look around, a figure just apparates in the middle of the room, standing behind the desk, doing one of these as they are regarding Kasara like, She is new.
Hi.
Hello. Who are you?
My name's Kasara. Are you?
This is the one I told you about. This is Al.
Oh, you're the Wraith.
I'm sorry. Pardon?
You're the
Come again?
Wraith. Why don't you have black hair? And like they get really close to you, all of it. Like they just like they're standing like 10 feet away from you, and then all of a sudden they're like in your face, and they're like looking at your hair, like.
I get it from my mother. And she kind of just like looks at Nikki, being like, "So you traded my information at some point, did you?"
Yes, it was good.
It was only recently because of the lighthouses and etc. And I now know why you were so vague. I'm looking for a dragon, aren't I, Al?
And I was like, not playing with your hair, Kasara, but looking dragons. No. I told you to look for we told you to look for the founder. Are you hard of hearing, Nikki? And then all of a sudden, like in your face, like, no, it
No,
looks
I'm
like you
not.
are not damaged. And then
Not in that way.
Not yet. Kasara kind of says under her breath.
Harmony, you have the face of Al like snapped in front of you. It's like,
Hi, Al.
Al, I know you said the founder. I'm asking if a dragon is one of the founders.
you smell of necromancy.
That's what I came to ask you about, Al.
No, dragons are the founders. That would be silly. Dragons are much too egotistical, and they're kind of dicks.
Fair
That sounds
enough.
right.
Thank you for letting me know that I'm not looking for a dragon. That makes me feel so much better.
I don't know why. You're still looking for one of the founders.
You told me to, Al.
We know.
Hey, Al. Do you
Yes?
Do you know anything about a being called Niccolo that communicates through Black Court vampires?
Suddenly they are behind the desk. No. We cannot speak of that. Next question.
Why not, Al?
It is risky. We do not like risk.
Why not? No risk, no reward.
And this silence stretches, like they don't answer your question.
So Kasara feels
Didn't mention
silent.
she's
All right, let's try something else then, Al. Do the words "child of Kemler" mean anything to you?
Ha 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 ha. Would be gods who are dumb.
Oh.
Can you elaborate?
They follow a great man and try to be great, but they are all less than.
Are they frequent around here? We saw one, so I mean...
You did not. That smell is not strong enough to be a Kemlerite.
Well,
Oh.
they referred to themselves as a child of Kemler.
Yes, well, I could call myself a duck, but that would not make it so.
No.
Was Kemler a necromancer then?
Ha! Not a. The.
Huh.
Still alive or dead?
What an interesting question. We do not know, which is frustrating. But the White Council believes him dead.
Interesting.
Huh.
Though they have been wrong before. They have actually been wrong a lot.
Why is that so funny?
Because they also are egotistical dicks.
Really all I want. Wonderful. Well, I'm learning so much from you, Al.
okay.
Yes, it will be interesting when you pay.
So, we went to the observatory and helped fight off some Malks. And I know we were supposed to be looking at the lighthouses, and a lighthouse was attacked. And we know about Atlantis and the let me look at my notes. The shepherds. And so I know you're not supposed to tell us anything about it.
You
but
mention Atlantis, and Al
Yeah.
is in your face.
Yep. hmm
What is Atlantis?
Well, I
Oh.
need information before I can tell you that.
Clever. Too clever, Nikki. Too clever. What do you want?
I want to know why you asked me to look for a founder and now not care about it.
I care deeply.
Yes, but you wonder why I'm still looking.
I do not know everything, despite what you all think, which makes me happy that you think I know everything.
Nikki,
To answer your question, because I did not. We did not. Their time draws near, and if you do not find them, the city will burn.
Oh.
Okay.
We didn't
This
already
information
have
is
that.
very important. This information is very important and very valuable. Is there anything else you can tell me about this missing founder?
They used to have a name. I forget. And he thinks. They think for a second.
They.
Yes. Stevens. John Stevens.
So you're talking about a humanoid.
Oh, he will look, or she now, very human.
But they're not.
They are not.
Do you know what they are?
Yes.
Are you at liberty to say what they are?
I am not.
Hmm.
Though only looking at the flag of Portland would let you know what they are. But I did not tell you what they are.
Damn it, I thought it was a phoenix and now, okay. I thought so, and then dragons came up, and so that threw me off.
And
okay.
so you are very easily distracted, Nikki. How dare you?
I'm not distracted. We just learned lots of new information.
And as you're
And
kind
so-
of trying to defend yourself, Al zips back to in front of Harmony. You had questions. What other questions do you have?
Well, I don't see. You're not willing to answer my questions about this Niccolo.
It is risky, dangerous. I would need payment first before even thinking of answering such a question. And even then, your payment may not be accepted. For that question.
What if I told you that this person, entity, has an interest in an object here in Portland?
They have interests in many objects and people and most of Portland. That would not surprise me.
In a particular tablet that contains, among other things, some reference, possibly detailed information about a ritual related to life after life.
This would be interesting. If you would give us this ritual, we would certainly answer your questions.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Then I am not sure what you would be trading. And we do like trading. And then they zip over to Kasara. Do you have questions? Do you pay for things as well?
I can. I only know so much, but there might be. The Malvora.
Yes. They are different than you.
They are. But I have found one that is even more different than their normal kind.
Interesting. The Malvora in Portland are already unique. How is this one unique?
Anger.
They look at you for a moment. And I'm going to roll, but you are not being deceitful, so you don't have to make a roll. Unless you want to try to lie.
Nah. Not right now.
Wrath. I have never heard of a Wrath White Court.
Well, now you have.
I like this.
I could even give you a name if you were so interested.
And what would this cost us?
What happened with Lord Wraith in the Deeps?
Out of character, well done.
Al looks at the two of you, but the other two's like, I like her. A very, very good question. And yes, I will answer.
Annabelle is the name of the individual.
You see like pieces like of information being like filed and stored for later. Good to know. Lord Wraith and the entire White Court rulership of Malvora, Scavis, and Wraith were attacked. They were attacked by outsiders and ghouls that were not seen on this planet in some time. The Warden Dresden destroyed their coup attempt. However, both Scavis and Malvora have lost their heads. Both figuratively and literally.
Huh.
So now there is a power vacuum by which Lord Wraith... Would Al know that? No, that's a pretty carefully guarded secret. Which Lord Wraith now rules over.
Huh. And she's gonna kind of look a little bit towards Nikki and Harmony in this case. Outsiders?
Nope.
Nope.
I mean,
Nothing.
there's a law of magic that talks about not dealing with the outside, right?
That's true. That's true. There is a law of magic. So yes, Harmony, you know, like, what?
Yeah, I just know
like,
that it's very bad.
Yeah.
So you're just like, oh, okay, so they've got nukes? What? Fuck.
Yes, I'm just looking at casting. I go, nothing good.
Right. But so Lord Wraith has taken over, effectively ruling the White Courts?
Yes, he is the White King completely now.
And the others lost their heads, so nobody's really in charge of either, is there?
No, Scavis and Malvora now are most likely about to descend into civil war,
Oh.
which makes the Lord Malvora here one of the highest ranking Malvorans.
Good to know.
And they
I wonder
are
if he knows that.
bastard Malvorans to begin with.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, they feed on despair instead of fear.
Except for the one that feeds on anger.
Yes, which is very interesting.
You're telling me. So she's even more of a... Yeah. Well then. They're just all kinds of special, aren't they?
I find most corporeal bodies to be interesting, yes.
Well, thank you, Al. You are absolutely delightful.
I know.
Oh, this is fun.
And the Al zips back to the face of Harmony. Thought of anything else you would like to part with?
Not yet, Al. But I'll come back if I do.
Very well. I believe the tab is paid.
Yes, I believe so.
So I will not have to kill you today.
They
They're
say
kidding,
that.
right? Okay.
They say that. Yes.
They say that, but also...
You feel they are being super genuine.
Cool.
Laws of magic maybe don't apply anymore to ghosts.
Fair. Huh. Right. Is that all we needed, ladies?
I believe so. Now I know for sure I'm looking at a phoenix. Okay. Thank you, Al. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Talk to you later, Al.
Take care, darling.
You as well. Goodbye. And the door and they disappear. And you are able to leave. The lights follow you out, and then the door closes. Meanwhile, in the flat of Andy Wells, 7-foot-tall figure of the gatekeeper pulls back his hood and sits on the couch and motions to whichever seat is the seat you would normally sit in.
Sure. Gatekeeper, can I get you anything to drink?
No, I believe I should be fine.
All right. Go sit in the recliner chair, kind of catty corner from the sofa. You knew I was going to call.
It is a gift and curse of mine, yes. I do
Yeah.
not know the subject of your desire to speak with me, but I knew such a call was coming soon.
There's a lot that I'd like to talk to you about. I
I'm
guess
sure-
big ticket items first. My friends and I, recently learned about a truth about magic and a hidden court of the Fae.
Keep that to yourself, Wizard Wells.
I was planning on it, but I didn't know what you knew about it.
I am the bearer of many secrets. This is not one of mine to keep. I know enough. And I know that you, Anderson Wells, will play a pivotal role in what is to come. I do not say this to increase your anxiety or to put more weight on your weary shoulders, but merely as truth.
Why?
Why indeed? Why is a certain warden that guards Chicago born in a certain way so that his magic can affect things that should not be affected by magic? Asking such questions, Anderson, is like saying, I wish the earth would stop spinning.
Does this have anything to do with my parents?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Do you know what happened to them?
I do. They were killed by an assassin.
Why did you never tell me this before now?
You were not ready, and it was not time. As I said, my gift is also a curse.
Were the assassins Malks?
No.
Great. Can you tell me?
They were from the Red Court.
Oh. Am I in danger from the Red Court?
No.
Outside of this? Okay.
No, you are in no more danger of the past than anyone.
Great. The past seems pretty deadly these days.
They managed to get their hands on a prophecy. An old prophecy. It said the coming of dragons would herald the downfall of the wizards. And look to the well to decide that fate. They thought by eliminating you and your family, they would bring about this prophecy.
And destroy the White Council and every wizard somehow?
By releasing an old enemy locked up far away.
The
See,
druid. Oh,
yes, the druid. You see, Andy, you were destined to deal with Siobhan and her kind.
She said she communed with the mothers and that they told her I'm the one that's going to go there.
Yes.
So if I do that, that doesn't automatically release everything?
No.
I have to make a choice there.
You will have to make a great many choices. But
Great.
first, and this is what I have come to say, you and those that you wish to bring with you must be tested. You must assemble the Triskelion. And I am sure Siobhan will tell you, and he kind of gets this weird far-off look, in a few days or so, of such things. But while my gift is often a curse, I sometimes enjoy using my gift for what it is.
My friends, did they make it out of this okay?
You know I cannot answer that question for you, Anderson. Besides, I cannot see that far into the past. He kind of gives like a small smile.
Thought I would try.
It's all we can ever do, Anderson, is try. But know that regardless of destiny, you are a strong and capable wizard. And I am proud to call you a student of mine.
Thank you, Rashid.
And you talk back a lot less than another wizard I know, which is refreshing.
I would assume you would have put that other wizard in his place by now.
He puts himself in his own place multiple times. It's fine.
There is something else going on. I don't know what you might already know about it. There's a different Fae-related issue in Portland.
You must understand that with the war, the council's resources are stretched incredibly thin. In fact, me being here, I am on my way to do something else, and I am only allowed a short window.
Of course.
We have heard the rumblings of something, but unfortunately, given Portland's seemingly anonymity in this war and lack of any discernible conflict, we just simply can't spare the people.
I assume that means Warden Dresden isn't going to be able to come here either, if I were to reach out to him.
He gets another weird far off. No, Warden Dresden is embroiled in a favor that he did not know was going to be as large as it is.
That sounds about right. There's Black Court vampires and someone named Kemmler and White Court goings on and...
Hold, you met someone claiming to worship or follow Kemmler?
I didn't. Harmony did.
That is distressing. I have not seen anything of this.
She was attacked by a necromancer who mentioned that name. It didn't mean anything to me.
Kemmler is an old name. He was insane and brilliant at the same moment.
Is he someone I need to worry about if he's here in Portland?
Kemmler is not here in Portland. Demlo is quite dead.
That's a relief.
But his followers might be. If you hear more of this, you should try to contact Warden Dresden.
I will.
And I do not know anything about Black Court in Portland, though stranger things may have happened. The Black Court is essentially eradicated. If you do find a scourge, you should inform Yara and let them deal with it.
I can find out where it is then, and I will.
You are a capable wizard, Anderson, but a scourge of Black Courts is not something that you should take on by yourself.
I don't intend to. We have quite enough to deal with from the sounds of it.
I knew you were wise. I am sorry. I wish we could talk longer, but my time has come to an end. I must go.
Thank you for coming, Rashid.
Thank you
And
for
for-
inviting me.
Thank you for your gift.
I hope to see you again, Anderson. Happier news.
Me too. I'll walk him out.
On your doorstep, you see him like knock the staff and a little like, and he just steps into a way and it just closes. It snaps closed behind him.
Okay. After he's gone, I want to check my map.
And we will get to that after
Okay.
we jump to Cole and Percy. So where you guys headed?
Congress Street.
So you drive down Congress Street, which is one of the main drags of Portland, downtown Portland, actually. And near the end of Congress Street, oh, not the end, but before it kind of intersects with the main Franklin Street, you start driving along a park. It says Lincoln Park.
So would this be a place that you think some Fae would be taken from?
Callista did say that something to do with the penny, so yeah. Yeah.
Penny, like, it's a clever one. Clever one.
I don't know where I get the idea of how the hell would they know what a penny looks like? No one uses pennies.
Yeah, that's why most pennies end up on the ground near trees in the park.
Fair, all right, sure.
So you pull into one of the parking spaces,
Mhm.
and it's a smallish park. There is a statue in the middle to Lincoln.
All right.
It's actually a little fountain.
Is this where... So I'm assuming this is where Fae were taken from.
This is where one of the Fae, this is the last known location of one of the Fae, one of the elves. that
The
was
elves.
Summer.
I would like to investigate the scene of that crime then.
Are you trying to do it ghostly wise or just regular investigation?
Regular investigation that I get a +1 towards for my aspect as well. Or ability, sorry.
Go for it.
Okay. So even on dice, so that is a 6 total.
Very nice. So yes, you are investigating, and Fae have a hard time with time, so they weren't able to tell you when it was taken. Recently could be days, weeks, months. You figure not months, and you figure not weeks, but maybe a day or more. And you're looking around, and you don't see obvious signs of struggle or any kind of big divots or just super blatant, hey, look, someone was abducted here kinds of signs. What you do see, though, are arrows kind of leaning against a tree, seemingly abandoned. And they are stone-tipped arrows, not metal-tipped arrows. And it seems very out of place. Cole is able to those are Fey arrows because
Elf shot.
Fays can't use metal arrowheads. And from there, you're able to find a little CCTV camera that is pointed at the park, and you are like, that camera would have full view of this park.
Huh. I'm going to take both the arrows, first of all.
Okay.
And
Careful with the tips.
yeah, it wouldn't be the first time I cut myself on evidence. It's fine.
Sure. No, go ahead. You know what? No, go ahead.
Hey, so you're good at getting into places, right?
A little bit.
I have a friend that I can call down in Boston who might be able to help us get into that CCTV information. You think you could get us in so we can acquire it?
I guess it depends on the friend in Boston. They may not be a friend of mine, but yeah, I mean, would I guess CCTVs might and security measures and things like that might be covered by burglary.
I would agree, though. Let's see. If you had any kind of investigation,
I do have investigation, not as much as Percy, but
okay, then I would say yeah, because essentially you're trying to think of like how this, where would you trace the CCTV and what is it probably beaming its information to?
So that'd be investigation modified by burglary, or the other way around?
Other way around.
Oh, nice. Burglary with a bonus from investigation, or is investigation just letting me do this roll?
Investigation is letting you do this roll.
Okay, perfect. That is fine. If I were... Well, all right. Dice are a wash. So that is just a +4. Only a great result.
Okay. You get the sense that this is probably going to go to the local police department, and it was likely installed to monitor the park for vandals.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to go to the police department to try and get the feeds.
Okay. Hey, Percy.
Yeah.
You want to break into evidence?
Yeah, why not?
And with that, it's a perfect place to end since it's 11 o'clock.
Hey.
Glad we could feed you so many beautiful one-liners tonight.
I know.
Oh man.
You're good.
Oh, we
You
need
guys-
somebody.
We're just great at this. This
We
is our
need
job,
somebody
right?
dedicated to clipping stuff.
All right,
Seriously.
so that is us for this evening. We will be back next week, and before we do the outros, we will introduce ourselves in reverse order. Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach. I play Anderson Wells. I can be found at Segorals on Twitter. This game is just magic, and not because it's about wizards and vampires and fae and stuff.
And what was your favorite moment for the evening? Let's go with that.
Oh man, my God, there were so many good moments. My favorite, yeah. I mean, it's selfish, but I think Andy figuring out what happened to his parents, like, because that's a big character moment for him.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Moving down to Natalie.
Hi, I'm Natalie, also known as, well, on this game, Kasara, I've got daddy issues DeWitt. Yup. You're welcome. This has been fun. This has been a pleasure. You can find me online at Chaotic Rogue, where I do a lot of different things. I'm not going to do my usual spiel because, God, that takes forever anymore. And it's been a while, so I don't remember. But my favorite night tonight, there's a lot of good ones. God, every time Cass just put her face into something that she probably shouldn't have. Trying to seduce a necromancer, having Annabelle as a patient, meeting. There's a lot of good moments tonight with Cass, and I'm not gonna lie, but I think the biggest thing, it's more of like accumulation, is I've been sitting here for the last minutes thinking, oh God, okay, this whole thing with Annabelle's maybe not the worst thing to consider because she doesn't want her dad to find her. So suddenly she's got to decide, if my dad's in power, this is a whole thing that I have to now be concerned about. So that moral dilemma, which is why Kasara, I've got daddy issues DeWitt, is the name that we are going for from now on. Anyways, yeah.
That's really good.
Wonderful.
Excellent. Moving down to Danielle.
Hi everybody, Danielle at Ragantor on Twitter. Follow me for lots of fun, nerdy things, and you can find there all the other games that I'm involved with, which I won't spiel down through, but you can follow me there. Favorite thing? God, this was so good. I think my favorite thing is how deeply uncomfortable Harmony is now about the tablet. Just truly deeply uncomfortable with knowing that she was chosen by some mysterious being or entity to possess and translate it. And then just the fact that, so now I'm just gonna get chased by necromancers. This is fine, everything's fine. Totally fine.
Not house on fire at all.
Totally fine. Continuing our rock and roll tour around the cast. Nick.
Hello, I am Nick. You can find me at 2KNick on Twitter, TWO. And TWOKNIKK. I know my own Twitter handle. Don't worry about it. I also do tech for Roll for Change, and we are currently looking for players for our November stream. So if you are interested, please reach out. Go to Roll 4 Change on Twitter, and we'll have the details there because it is 11. I've been playing a game for 3 hours, and my memory is terrible, so I don't remember times. I don't want to give incorrect information. My favorite moment, essentially from the introduction of Nicola to when Nicola left, and the sort of ramp up was fantastic, introducing a Black Court vampire and then immediately making that Black Court vampire someone else's thrall is mwah. And Harmony taking someone with that much power and putting herself on the same level in the conversation was also mwah. So that scene was fantastic for me.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Moving up to Selena.
Hey, I'm Selena. I play Nikki, who is totally flabbergasted by all this amazingness going on, and this isn't her job. She this isn't what she does. What? I'm at ABCDFAR on Twitter, where you can find me here. I'm only doing this right now, but hopefully doing more in the future. My favorite moment, probably Al. Just talking to Al and finally getting some answers without actually having to pay anything in this scenario.
No, you did tell him about Atlantis.
I didn't tell him what Atlantis was. I just dropped the name. But yeah, I think that was my favorite moment.
All right, and last but certainly not least, CJ.
Hey everyone, I'm CJ Hunter. I am at Commander Pulsar on Twitter and Twitch. Had a great time. I think I really enjoyed that beginning just build from vampire, necromancer. Oh, you think necromancer's bad? Nope. Black Court vampire. Oh wait, we can go worse than that. And just kind of just ramping that up was great. Really enjoyed the one-upmanship of Annabelle and Kasara. So good. And yeah, I would just like to call out and thank Evil Hat for producing this game. Fred Hicks and all the guys involved, Leonard Balsera for writing Dresden Files. You can find it. If you're lucky, you can find this Dresden Files RPG. You can find it in PDF on their store. Absolutely. Maybe you can find a hardback copy. There's also Dresden Files Accelerated, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, seek that stuff out. And we'll see you next week.
Yep, and perfect timing. Because
Natalie just lost.
Natalie has just died in the Zoom chat now. But we will be back next week. We will see where our things take us. I am Adam Pearson at Adam_J_Pearson on the tweets. You can talk to me about whatever you want, but I tend to talk about nerdy stuff with tabletop role-playing, world building, and geology. There is a bunch of stuff on this channel. So much stuff. It's just constant stuff. If you're bored and you want to watch tabletop role-playing games, turn on this channel because it'll most likely be tabletop games that are happening. And if they aren't happening when you turn it on, it'll probably be soon. The MooBot has put the schedule in the chat if you missed it. Tomorrow, I think we're back with Nox's Indie Showcase, and someone's gonna be playing Invisible Sun at 9 p.m. tomorrow, I think. So that's always a hell of a lot of fun. And then Sunday we have Fatal Friends Wicked. I think those are actually both done now, but I could be wrong. Anyways, there's lots of stuff going on at Variant Roles. We love all of you. Thank you that you were here for us today. Stay whimsical, and is it Friday yet? Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.